So do you believe in the Maple Leafs now, or are we still on the team tank area? Because I believe in this Leafs team. Today, whatever the case may be, they were on a 3-game losing streak. They had 0 points in the Southern road trip. And you know how pissed off, how angry I was against teams like the Capitals, Stars, and the Predators, where the Capitals want to take the spotlight out of them, the Preds want to take the spotlight out of them, and the Dallas Stars want to take the spotlight out of them. So we're going to kick the Maple Leafs if that was the case. And today, by the time I'm recording this, that wasn't the case because the Leafs got the win against the Pittsburgh Penguins, who, of course, beat the Montreal Canadiens on Sunday, and the Leafs win. They win it by a score of 6-3. Leafs win 6-3 over the Pittsburgh Penguins on Next Gen night. Now, yes, I know I'm wearing my Toronto Maple Leafs Next Gen jersey. I'm wearing the William Nylander jersey, which, although I was hoping they were gonna wear this black jersey, it's just a shame they're not wearing the jersey. We're not wearing the black jerseys. And I know people are gonna say, well, isn't the black funeral stuff? No, it isn't. I mean, you see those teams wear those black jerseys. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pop in with this Next Gen jersey and go from there. So what a victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and a very interesting game because it's a bit of back and forth. Leafs had like a lead in the game. They were up 3-1. Penguins tied the game up, but then of course Leafs said enough's enough. We're gonna take advantage. We're not going to let the Penguins play hero and make the Leafs blow a 3-1 lead, because that's not what we want to do. We want to play and we want to win and at least save Craig Berube day. At least get the win so we can build off this win and move on to the next one, because right now this season has just been a complete and utter, disaster. All for nothing disaster, because yesterday the Leafs relieved, I don't know how to say this. The Toronto Maple Leafs fired Mark Savard, assistant coach Mark Savard, after their after the power play shenanigans, where they were dead last in the power play. So therefore you fire Mark Savard. Now that led a lot of questions, because who's going to run the power play? Because I know people are going to point and say Bruce Boudreau might be good on the power play. Pick him, but he's still on the NHL TV side, so you can't let him do his thing. So we let Derek Lalonde, who was the penalty kill for the Leafs. Now he's got to do two things: the penalty kill and the power play. I mean, is he getting tired of that, or is it just me? Well, that sucks, but that's the business. And yeah, MLSC may want to be MLSC, being stingy and all kinds of crap, but still, they want to do it for the money. Money's not going to bring anything, but that's how she goes. Anywho, let's get to the game. So we all know Chris Tanev returns from injury. He last played against the Philadelphia Propellers in November, aka Game 7 of the World Series between the Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers game. Please don't tell me how great that game was, because that was bad. Well, the Leafs game was good. It's just that Chris Tanev went out with an injury, and thank God he's back. Thank God for that. So you starting Chris Tanev. Chris Tanev returns to the D-line. So now we go from there. We have Joseph Woll. He starts in net for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Stuart Skinner, the former Edmonton Oiler, starts in net for the Pittsburgh Penguins after the Tristan Jarry Skinner trade to Edmonton, which of course might be a surprise. Anyways, let's begin the game. The first period game was a bit of a game that you expect to see. It's a tight contested game. It was a 1-1 game. Well, actually, tight contested game. Leafs had their chances, and same with the Penguins. It didn't look great from there, because initially the Penguins thought they scored. They scored. Justin Brazeau scored, and he thought the Penguins struck first. Hang on a minute. It was goaltender interference. They called it a goal, but the Leafs challenged the play for goaltender interference, and the verdict says the goal has been overturned to no goal, because a Penguins player pushed the pad of Woll, so therefore it's no goal. Okay, good. So far, so good. Okay, so now we get two great stuff. You have two unassisted goals, two breakaways by the Leafs and the Penguins. You know what the first one was? Okay, William Nylander goes on the breakaway, and he fools Stuart Skinner. It's 1-0 Leafs. But then the Penguins do the same thing again, where Brian Rust, he goes on the breakaway and he does the same thing like William Nylander, and the game's tied. So both players trade breakaways. That's a first. I've never seen that in the history of sports. I've never seen this before. I've only seen like trading goals, but this is kind of weird. Okay, so now we go to the second period. Oh no, we're not done with the second period. We're not done with the first period yet. We got to talk about the continuation of the first period. That's when in the first period, either Matias Maccelli or William Nylander scored. I think it was Matias Maccelli who scored. Friendly fire deflection off of a Penguin, and the Leafs take a 2-1 lead, so they regain the lead. So now we go in the second period with a 2-1 Leafs lead. It got a little bit hairy in the end of the first period where Bobby McMahon, I believe, got called for roughing as well as another Penguins player. I mean, what the hell's going on here? So now what do? We can do a 4-on-4. All right. Everything was going back and forth there. Leafs had their chances, same with the Penguins. Leafs had their chances, same with the Penguins. Leafs even had their chances to extend the lead. I mean, off of a turnover by the Penguins, Leafs get the puck, and Stuart Skinner makes those saves. I'm like, holy cow, why didn't he do that in Edmonton? I mean, damn. But, however, the Leafs get the third goal, and thank God for that, because guess who actually scores on a breakaway? Steven Lorentz. Steven Lorentz scores. It is 3-1 Leafs. All right, now we're putting it together, and then, of course, the Penguins strike back within distance of a 1-goal game by you-know-whom, another Penguins player, which I do not know his name. What in the world? So the Penguins get back within one. It is 3-2 Leafs, and then you go into the third period, and then Anthony Mantha scores. It is a tie 3-3 game, and I'm like thinking, are you kidding me? Good Lord. I am not going to let the Leafs allow the Penguins to play hero and make the Leafs blow a 3-1 lead, because if that happens, oh yeah, we're going to have problems. We are going to have a problem, because it's going to be bad. So, what do the Leafs do? Well, they find a way to get back in this game, try to retake the lead. They had a power play, then the power play gets neglected because Matias Maccelli slashed the Penguins' stick. Leafs end up finding a way to get another power play. William Nylander, I thought he was going to get a penalty shot. I thought it was a penalty shot, but they didn't. So it was a 4-on-3 power play for the Leafs, and Leafs couldn't do anything on that 4-on-3 power play. And I'm like thinking, Christ, Savard, he didn't do well in the power. He didn't do well when he was in charge of the power play. I mean, what the hell happened here? I mean, at least PK was great. The penalty kill was great. What happened to the power play? It's a bit inconsistent. I know Leafs miss Mitch Marner and this stuff, but still, the power play is so stinking trash. So Leafs find a way to get back in this game, to retake the lead, and they did just that by you-know-whom, Max Domi. He gives the Leafs a 4-3 lead. All right, we're doing pretty well. Okay, it's a 4-on-4. It's not a power play, but I suppose it'll do. And it was pretty good to see that team find a way to get the lead. And then, of course, 2 empty netters by Bobby McMahon and William Nylander. 2 empty netters to put the Leafs up 5-3 and 6-3 to put the game away. And on next gen night, absolute cinema. So what a game for the Leafs. What a much better game from the Toronto Maple Leafs after the last 3 games where the Leafs got shut out by the Washington Capitals, where the Leafs lost to the Nashville Predators, who were complete and utter trash, and also the Leafs getting destroyed, but also getting screwed by the refs in a 5-1 loss to the Dallas Stars. Tonight, or today, whatever the case may be, Leafs play against the Penguins, and they did just well. They did not give up. They won, thank God. They can go into the Christmas break with a W to wait for the next game. So I'm really happy about that. So I'm impressed. I mean, Leafs had their ups and downs. Injuries to Joseph Woll, having to put Dennis Hill to be in net, Hildeby had his inconsistent moments. I mean, what else is there for me to say? It was just a bit of back and forth, a little bit of everything you can think of. Oh shoot! It was a little bit of what you saw in that game. It was a bit of Leafs are probably going to lose this game. To we actually won. I'm so happy. So now Leafs get the win, and I'm impressed they won. So that's it for this game, and thank God. So I'm going to go into this Christmas break with a W, and I'm so happy about it. So let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Anyways, that is about it for this Leafs rant. The next game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they do not play until Saturday. They have 3 days off. Celebrate Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then get back on Friday. Something like that. And the Leafs go back to work on the 27th of Saturday, where the Leafs play against the Ottawa Senators in the return of the Battle of Ontario. So it's pretty good. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from yours truly. Let's go, Leafs, and Happy Holidays, everybody. Yeah!